Good evening, viewers out there.
Go ahead.
People's Parliament. Tonight, we are going to look at a number of trending stories that affect Nigerians. So many things have happened since yesterday until this moment that deserve a deliberate discussion. There's need to always have a roundtable discussion around burning national issues because the country is in daily need of socio-political discussion in order to be able to navigate the pathway towards the new Nigeria that is possible. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to COPDEM People's Parliament. Tonight, we'll be having a number of discussion on four burning stories. And with me in the studio is Mr. Gibson. Mr. Gibson all the way from Kwara State, and a host of other speakers. Also joining us tonight is Babale Dairo Jawa. I believe, is a new participant on COPDEM People's Parliament program. Honorable IG Amechi Okoro. Also joining us is Mr. Uche on Zoom. So tonight, Mr. Jefferson, if you can hear me, please kindly unmute and give us the topic that we'll be looking at today for the COPDEM People's Parliament. Once again, I welcome you all to tonight's episode. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Due Process. Good evening and welcome to the program tonight again. Our viewers all over the world, I will welcome you specially to this evening program. It's a very, very interesting night, though we came late, but don't mind that. It's going to be a very, very interesting hour tonight again. On the trending story quickly, we have federal government budget 226.25 million naira per one street light to purchase 1,477 street lights. Trending explained. Mokwa flood. Mr. Peter Obi visit Niger State and donate 20 million naira to support flood victims. Akpa genocide attacks. The endless complacencies of the federal government tackling genocide against the vestless citizens. And the last on the list, we have June 12th, New Nigeria Youth Summit schedule for Abuja. These are the trending story we have tonight on the People's Parliament program. Back to you, Due Process.
Yes, thank you, Jefferson, for taking those trending stories. From the top, we have the most disturbing information out there, of course. The Nigerian government, they are fond of having budgets on ridiculous items. Sometimes you see in the budget item building of probably toilets that is to be carried out by a contractor from another part of the country entirely. And sometimes you see very ridiculous budgets, like buying of motorcycle for imams, buying of motorcycle for pastors. For instance, I saw one like that. That was for 2024 budget, where it was budgeted that the federal government made budget provision to buy motorcycle for CAN pastors under the CAN association. They also made budgetary allocation for imams in Niger State, and the contractor is from Zaria. Since that, they have not really been okay with any time they made mention of Nigerian budgets. Very ridiculous item. They just sometimes you wonder even if those that are putting this budget together are intelligent. They are not intelligent. They are not even smart at all, because they are so carelessly corrupt. Let me put it that way. They are carelessly corrupt because how can you, in your normal senses, present to the Nigerian people that you are budgeting 200 and 26.25 million naira per street light. It's so ridiculous. What is the economic impact of having one street light per road? Across the metropolis. That whopping 226.25 million naira will be dedicated for a number of 1,447, street lights. When you do the maths, you see what you get. As a matter of fact, let me even do the maths so that we understand the broader implication of what APC government is doing to Nigeria. This is the broad daylight robbery, and the Nigerian masses is high time we wake up. We cannot afford to continue with this silence of compromise. You know, when you are being cheated and you remain silent, it shows that you are comfortable with the person who is taking advantage of you. The Nigerian masses have been shortchanged in various aspects. Let me do the calculation now and see. Times 226 points. 226. Okay. You can imagine. The figure is giving me is 3.34 trillion plus. That's what we are sitting on. All for what? Street lights. Is a slap on the Nigerian people. As intelligent as we claim to be. In Nigeria, there are professors, there are doctors, medical and academic doctors. There are different spheres of intellectual properties that are wasting in this country. And all we will present for ourselves is this shambolic government that is wasting everybody's time. Criminality in broad daylight. Yet, we have a Senate that is supposed to scrutinize this budget. What have they done? Rather, they are also busy padding the budget to further enslave the Nigerian people. I'm using this opportunity to call on the Nigerian opposition parties. This is no longer time to complain on Twitter. It's no longer time to sit back and write against the government. During the 2014, you knew what the government of President Goodluck Jonathan went through in the hands of APC when they were in the opposition party. They made the country so ungovernable for Goodluck Jonathan. They embarked on massive protests. They shut down the country. That was when the country was far better. That was when a naira to a dollar was 150 naira. Today, a naira to a dollar is over 1,600 plus. Yet everybody is going around his business peacefully. So the inflation of the budget padding that is happening in the National Assembly and the criminality of the executive cannot be further tolerated. It is high time the opposition party come together and perform the role of opposition.
Now, since Saturday night, I tell them.
Mr. Kelvin, you are muted.
Oh,
Mr. Kelvin. So it's high time the Nigerian opposition party come together and perform the role of opposition. Not just all about dragging and be the one to head the coalition. Be the one to head the people's movements. The people are languishing. Please, on this note, I don't want to lose my temper. Speakers on Zoom, you've heard the topics that have been read out for today's discussion. Please, you are liberty to decide which one you want to discuss. Can you unmute and have a contribution. Welcome to COPDEM People's Parliament. Well, before you unmute, let me also give opportunity to our viewers out there who may want to be part of this discussion to please call in this number 080-6255-7980. Again, I repeat, 080-6255-7980. Welcome to COPDEM People's Parliament. Please unmute and speak. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good evening, due process once again. I think you have 100% right to push out your anger this evening because I can see it's boiling in your heart already. And I must tell our dear listeners all over the world and viewers everywhere that this is what Nigeria government intentionally, they just want to frustrate everyone. They just want to make sure that they finish the entire Nigeria before they left power. That is just their aim. And I must tell you that this country called Nigeria, if the youth, I'm calling on the youth in particular, did not rise to stop all this madness, all this shenanigans that is going around in this President Ahmed Bola Tinubu government, I think a time will come, China will come and pack us as a slave, be selling us individual. Because you can't tell me you are using 226 million naira to build just one street light. Is the street light made in heaven? Is the street light going to work for the entire federation? Is the street light going to provide food and amenities for the entire country? I think these are the things we need to ask ourselves. If 220, because when I was doing the statistic clearly this afternoon, I discovered you can't find such even in Europe, not even in America. One street light, 226 million naira. No, it's uncalled for. It is uncalled for, and Nigeria youth needs to rise against this because we have problems in our health sector. Even the students, their parents cannot afford their school fees any longer because of due to high rise of commodity in Nigeria. And somebody is using such amount instead of you to inject such money into our education that is dilapidating every day and night, instead of you to inject such money into the industrial sector to give the youth employment, you are now using 226 points to just build one street light. Oh, this country is finished. This country is totally finished. I only urge Nigerian youths to rise to their feet, protest against this, make this government, make it ungovernable for them. Because if you don't make this government governable for President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, I don't think we'll get it right in Nigeria. That is just my take on this evening. Thank you, due process.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Jefferson. Further contributions, please. While I wait for a contribution, is embarrassing, is a shame that the Nigerian people, over 250 million Nigerians, will sit back and pretend to be okay, whereas our commonwealth is being squandered. They say a hungry man is an angry man, but that is not in the case of Nigerians. Nigerians, everybody pretend to be nice, everybody pretend to be okay, whereas you and I know that many people tonight are going to bed hungry. As a matter of fact, people are starving, developing ulcer. People are dying because of lack of money to be able to take care of their medical bills. People are even committing suicide because they are not hopeful of what they eat the next day. There's a lot happening in this country. And it's only a criminal-minded government that will budget 226.25 million naira for just one street light. What is the economic impact of having that one street light on the life of average Nigerians? The Nigerian government has never, in the history of the Nigeria as a country, the Nigerian government has never invested even 1 million naira or 1 Nigerian. All the social intervention they say they are doing, How much are they giving to Nigerians? I could remember during COVID-19, it was recommended that the COVID intervention be shared on the Nigerian population through using the BPN. But what does the Nigerian government do? They refused. You see, anything that will benefit the Nigerian masses directly, the Nigerian government are not interested. Rather, they're interested in how to siphon these funds. Imagine the Nigerian government wasting funds on AI to help them discover hungry Nigerians. That's another aspect. You have never discussed that. If you are a Nigerian living in Nigeria and you are not angry with what is happening, please, you need to walk up to the psychiatric center. Something is wrong upstairs. Because all is not well. And if you think maybe you have some few change in your account and you're okay, when you are kidnapped, that money cannot pay for a ransom. That's the obvious reality. And it shows how lackadaisical you are because you are not relating to the environment. The country, Nigeria as a setting, is deliberately being underdeveloped. If you have this fund to put in 226.25 million naira just for street lights, where are the hospitals? Based on human capital development, how much has the federal government invested on average Nigerians to be able to develop and lift people out of poverty? How much? As I speak currently, is there any social intervention that is going on in Nigeria? The answer is no. The Bank of Industry, they are supposed to be open, providing funds for entrepreneurs who are willing to go into the industrial sector to produce. Where is the Nigerian government? No. We are not in rainy season. Youths are advised to go back to farm, whereas the Fulanis, they are out there destroying farms. Just yesterday, day before yesterday, there was a news where herdsmen destroy Apa. That's part of the trending story. They killed as many as they could in Apa. And my people are busy conducting endless burial ceremony endlessly because the Fulanis are coming and killing them mercilessly. Whereas the police, the military, they are all busy on the highway, shortchanging Nigerians, shortchanging travelers by collecting bribes on the road. If you don't give this bribe as a motorist, you are not moving. They will put the stick and block the road. That is armed robbery. They are not there to protect the civilians. As a matter of fact, I call on the federal government, they should dismantle all these checkpoints across Benue State. They are doing nothing other than escorting the motorists. How can a Benue that is always making the headline under herdsmen attack, yet every time you want to travel through that route, if you are doubting what I'm saying, go by yourself, go and find out, go and verify. Travel all the way from Nasarawa to Makurdi. And if you travel from Nasarawa to Makurdi across all the major federal highway routes, you will see the extortion that is happening. In each kilometer, there is installment of checkpoints. What are these checkpoints? What are they checking? What technology do they have? The same money the federal government don't have to install a complete scan that will scan the vehicle to know what's inside. They have the money to go and pay for one street light, 226.25 million naira. It's deliberate. The Nigerian underdevelopment is a deliberate attempt because we allow the worst among us to rule us. What value is the superhighway adding to the Nigerian economy? Okay, you have allocated over 15 trillion naira for the construction. Yes, just 30 kilometers out of 700, you are doing commissioning. What are you commissioning? You are commissioning uncompleted projects. At the end of the after the commissioning, the video they will use it against 2027 as part of project that they have executed. This is criminality. If you are a Nigerian at this juncture, you are not angry with what is happening, go to psychiatric hospital. Let them run a check on you because it shows that you are not relating with the environment. Something is wrong somewhere. Every Nigerian, you need to be angry because we have no idea other country to go to. This is the reason why I'm angry. And I expect every other person to be. It's time to fight for the soul of this country. If you are living in the UK, in the US, in Canada, you don't need to know the politician that is in power, the party that is in power. You don't need to have any personal relationship with them. You don't need to like or hate them. So long as you are living in that country, by virtue of the policy implementation, you have no reason to beg them or expect any alert from them. That's the kind of country that the obedient movement are fighting for. A country where the son of a nobody don't need to know anyone to aspire to become somebody. We cannot continue like this. If we continue like this, we are all victims waiting to happen. Please, if you are available to speak, feel free to unmute before I lose my temper tonight, because I'm just angry about everything. I'm angry. Nothing in Nigeria is making one to be happy. Nothing. The only hope is just 2027 that is so far away. I can imagine how many people will go down before 2027. Nobody knows who is next. Please, if you are available, please unmute and speak, because I'm very angry at myself right now. As a matter of fact, being in Nigeria is a complete disadvantage. How can we wake up every day discussing the same matter, the same failure? Yet people are going about their businesses. The other day, I shot a story where a nurse came under anonymity. She doesn't want her identity to be revealed. Told a story how they are using torchlights to carry out labor operation in the hospital. That's how bad the system is. There is no guarantee 24-hour power supply. The facilities are nothing to write home about. I don't know, but it's a sad reality of our country. Everything is down. I saw a trending video that was projected by News Central, where in Katsina, the head of the bandits, the head of vigilante, raised a very grave allegation against the captain, Nigerian Army, that they are extorting they are conniving with bandits to supply them bullets. And the person that was caught in the act of supplying bullets to bandits was caught by the vigilantes and handed over to the Nigerian Army in Katsina State. But before what, the same guy that was handed over to the Nigerian Army was released after there was an alleged payment of 100,000 naira. That's how bad the system is. So tell me, how will the banditry, the insecurity, the terrorism ever end in this country? If we continue to run the country like this, there is no hope anywhere. We are living in hopelessness. I don't know. I don't know who is available to speak. Nobody available to speak. Mr. Johnson, what is the other topic, please? Let me get it so that we can do justice to all the topics. The new Nigeria Youth Summit is coming up, and it's June 12th. So, the youth
can I have the mic?
Plan to attend June 12th in Abuja. We are still putting an arrangement together to host it, because the youth must be given the voice that they deserve to be part of the conversation of how the country is going. Honorable, please have your seat. Thank you.
Good evening, listeners. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, please.
Man, the situation in Nigeria now is very, very, very bad. As in, Nigeria have dilapidated. There's no word that I can use to rate Nigeria. Just like the other day we were talking about President Tinubu's 2 years in office. How can we rate it? As in, it is very bad. I don't know. I don't know why this man is very, very, very wicked on Nigerians like this. I don't know if Nigerians have done him anything before now. I don't know what Nigerians did to President Samuel Tinubu that he is punishing everybody in this way. May God touch his heart, and may God give Nigerians, and especially Nigerian youth, may he give us that strength and protection to fight for what belongs to us, to fight for our country. Because all these people that are taking our wealth away, they will not be here in the next 20 years. And we are just growing, our children are growing, then they are growing very wise. They will ask us, Daddy, what happened? What did you guys do? Each time that I see what is happening in the country, I see what is happening in Burkina Faso, I wish I'm in army. If I'm in army as of today, I will do what Ibrahim Terror did, no matter what it will cost, no matter who is ahead of me, or below me, or beside me. If you cannot support the move, you will go down. We will take over this country and restore it to its state. Look at what is happening in Burkina Faso now. The white people were paying them 1 billion for their gold. They were paying them 1 billion for their gold every year. But just within 1 month, Burkina Faso generated 18 billion. Within 1 month, it generated $18 billion. Why formerly they were paid 1 billion. So what is happening in our country is we have many forces that is pressing Nigeria down. We have external forces, we have the leadership forces, and the leadership forces have superseded every other forces. Not to talk of how the British are still colonizing us, because we don't have independence in Nigeria. We still depend on them, and they will not even leave us. Any attempt to exclude them from their business with us, they will do all they can. We see how many times they have shot Ibrahim Terror. I thank God that God is protecting him. We need somebody like him in Nigeria. We need somebody like Nnamdi Kanu to be released from the prison. We need somebody like Sunday Igboho to stop collecting bribe and stop speaking. He needs to be speaking at this point. We need Arewa youths to wake up from their slumber. All these are what Nigerian youths need. Because what is happening, each time I remember what is happening in Nigeria, I feel very down. I feel down. Sometimes I think of, what is it? Is it because we are no longer eating good food? Let me say, we are no longer eating natural food. What happened to us? What happened to this generation? Or let me say Nigerian youth, what happened to us? Because you will see this thing that is happening, and some people will just be I would say they will not work like, say, like things are okay, but people, you will tell people about let me say COPDEM, Coalition for National Democracy. They will tell you, guy, leave that in. And then how do we come out? How do we fight this bad government? I'm tired from this country. I wish I'm not in this country. I wish I'm not in this country. But as I'm here, I will take part in anything that we can do to restore democracy in Nigeria. And I encourage all youths to do all you can in your own level. You can also join the race. If I'm in the House of Rep today or in the Senate today, I would have caused chaos in that house. I would have blocked that house because, as you look at me, that house belongs to us. Nobody owns it more than anybody. That's our house, federal house. I have the right to stop. I have the right to lock the door and demand that killing should be stopped in Nigeria and drastic action should be taken. Even according to the law, majority carries the vote. But only me can vote that this street light cannot be installed with 226 million naira. This, how many are we in Nigeria? If they share this this street light money to young entrepreneurs, if they share it to people that are struggling in Aba to do some production, if they share this money to them, in 1 month, they will be exporting their goods to outside Nigeria. If they use this money to support some companies, if they use it to support company like Innocent will be producing highest number of cars in Africa.
Yes, Mr. Honorable, talking about Innocent, are you not aware that Innocent headquarters was demolished? Is it the same government you are expecting them to support? They will never support anything that will lead to the betterment of the country.
I saw the video. I don't know why they are wicked in this way. What is wrong? As in, what is really wrong? If some people are talking of Mr. Tinubu continuing from 2027, do you know where we'll be, where Nigeria will be in 2027, even to the pool? I'm having a think about Nigeria. If something is not done quickly, Yes, sir.
Thank you, Honorable. We are going to lose you with your network. You've made your point that nothing is working and the government has lost focus. As a matter of fact, they are misleading Nigerians. And it's obvious to everyone who can see, even the blind should be able to have the feeling that all is not well with Nigerians. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being part of tonight's episode, COPDEM People's Parliament. We were short our time and to come your way tomorrow. It will be a good night from here. Thank you for being part. And if you want to follow up on our programs, you can please search or follow updates on www.copdem.org. You can as well follow our social media handles at COPDEM Official, That is on X and on social media, on Facebook at COPDEM Official as well. So thank you for being part and have a wonderful night's rest from Nigeria, from other part of the world. Good afternoon, good morning, please. Is a farewell from our studio.